Hello, everybody. We are here.
Is anybody else here?
We're going to wait for people to come in. I actually forgot to get this thing scheduled earlier. And so it didn't show up on the schedule, but everyone pretty much knows this is our time frame. And we're usually on, even though we've missed the last few weeks.
Yes.
So, but a lot of people have missed the last few weeks with this season and everything that's going on. So, anyway,
We enjoyed the rest.
we did. We've had lots of family stuff. Just a busy schedule, and we are going horizontal tonight on the layout because something's going on with Restream and the the format, the layout. It was really zoomed in.
Yeah.
And
Don't know. Checked all the settings, couldn't figure any of it out. So.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Robert Magmedia. Hello. We're just kind of getting started. We were just saying how the trying to get the
Hey, Paul Case.
Paul Case Farms. Hello, Paul. We were going to go vertical stream, but the camera is I think it's Restream. Restream went in and changed all kinds of stuff about this past month, and so it's just hard to figure out. And on the vertical stream, it zoomed in,
Yeah,
real fast,
super zoomed in.
Yeah, super zoomed in, and I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I checked all the settings. I couldn't figure out what was going on with it. So
nope. There's Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Yes. So Paul Case, what are y'all doing? We have we just needed to get on here and have our live because we have been gone for 2 weeks, I think.
Or 3.
No, we haven't been gone 3. We've been gone 2 weeks in a row. And because I don't think it's been 3. Y'all tell us. Either way, new year, new mess.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's the truth. Oh my goodness. Okay, the fire did just get stoked up.
Yep, that's why I'm in a t-shirt.
I might have to go change it's been so cold in here, and I was just thinking, I'm going to freeze tonight, and so we threw some firewood on, and of course it gets really stoked up. Let's see. It does seem like forever, Paul. Oh my, there was so much. We were just kind of visiting while we were getting this set up about Jack's, Jack with Dyer Family Farm. He's not going to be doing the live streams on Sunday nights at 7 for a while. So we were, we told him, we commented that it is hard. We've talked about how Sunday nights for us it's a hard time frame.
Yeah, I mean, during the summer it is hard during the summer because it stays light longer, so we keep working longer.
Yeah,
in the wintertime it gets dark earlier, but we work till dark and then have to cook dinner and everything else.
Well, and it just seems like Sunday nights are you're kind of getting mentally, and you're preparing everything for Monday and the next week, and for work. And it's just a very busy day for us, usually, always, whether it's dark or light outside. but when you do have the animals and everything, it is it's a busy day. Hello, Jerry Butler and Susan. How are y'all? So we have commented about how it seems like if there was a weekday, it would it would seem like it would be a little bit easier for for us anyway. But it doesn't work with the work schedules around here.
Yeah.
Sunday nights, that's it.
Because I still have a regular job.
Yes, he
To pay
does.
the bills.
Yes, he does. And like Jack had said, hey, y'all can jump up and take 7 o'clock if you want, and on some nights it would work, but the majority of the time it would not work for us, and the majority of the year, because we can barely make it at 8 and have everything squared away and done and have dinner eaten and all of that. So, but boy, we sure feel for them, because we know that it's a hard schedule. We've talked about that. uh, yeah, they're getting along good. So Jerry is feeling good. He's doing okay. Uh, so anyway, yeah, we've there's been a lot go on over the last several weeks when we've been gone. We haven't been physically gone. We've been gone from our live stream.
Yeah.
Hello, Farm Olive Wards. Yes. Um, so anyway, like today was a busy day. I think the last time we were on, which was several weeks ago, we had shared that we were not going to keep Bramble, our ram, our beautiful little ram that we have. I mean, he's a big ram now. He's going to be 2. And anyway, so we did. We found him a new farm to go to, and we actually loaded him up and delivered him
Today.
to them today.
And
so
they are excited, and he has already.
Oh yeah,
he's expressed his dominance over the other ram that was there.
Yeah, we didn't know they had another ram. Of course, he went into a big pasture with horses and some goats and sheep. And then it was like, oh, they've already got a ram, a more mature ram than him. But
that was bigger than him, but
so we stayed.
His head was harder than the other one. So
we stayed and watched him interact and mingle a little bit. And yeah, it didn't take them 10 minutes to kind of scope each other out, and then they just went to ramming each other. And their ram backed off. So then he spotted the one lonely lady in there in the field, and so he's going to do really good over there. And it's good. Hey, Robbie. So it is going to be good for him, because he's been in with our mamas, our ewes, and they should be bred. He was in with them for 3 months, and I actually think one of them got bred when he got out and got in their pasture in September.
When he busted through the fence.
He has busted through our fences multiple. And we suspect, because where their pasture is, where they come, where they're at, for the most part, we've got a really good visual view on them, and we've been able to see when they're in the breeding cycle. And she never came around in the breeding cycle, so we started thinking, okay, she's probably got bred in September, which means we're going to have lambs. If that's true, we should have lambs hitting the ground at the end of this month. So probably the last week of January, which is not good, because I keep hearing the weather is getting ready to change.
Yeah.
And it would be wonderful if, we had this good weather for her to lamb. And this is the view that I had to help pull, that she had a big old baby the last time.
So you're gonna cut back on grain.
I've already cut way back on grain, and everybody's just going to have to go without for a little while. You just get a little bit.
Yeah.
But I tell you, we always feed grain every evening, and I know a lot of people just will give it occasionally, but we can get them to go anywhere. They will follow those red scoops, you know, with grain.
That's how we got Bramble in the trailer.
Yeah, the girls were, of course, we just let Monty back the stock trailer around, and I went in the backside, and they followed me, and we just had to call him once. Come on, Bramble, and I shook the scoop, and he came right on in, and Monty was able to close the gate on the stock trailer, and I was able to get out through the side gate. So,
along with falling.
I know I did. I know. The girls were like trying to get out with me, and so I let them, but I missed my step and I fell. I thought everybody was going to come out on me, and I thought he was going to just dart through that door.
He didn't.
He didn't. Thank goodness. But we had thrown some grain on the ground in there, and so he was preoccupied with that.
Yep.
So it was a little hectic earlier today, but he did love his new farm.
Yeah.
And now it's more peaceful. We've got everybody back together in one field, and it's easy. My sheep are so easy, and when you don't have animals all divided up into different little paddocks and fields or whatever, it's good. But we just couldn't. Did not want to ride in the trailer. Nope. And I didn't know how he would be being closed up. He's never been in a stock trailer before. And I didn't know if that would trigger him to start ramming the sides and all, you know. And he was just bawling some, but he wasn't, he didn't have a real problem. But yeah, poor guy. But he loved where he went. So we found him a good farm.
Oh, he was strutting.
Yeah. Oh gosh, he's such a pretty boy.
Yeah.
But,
and Wanda, it is a wood stove. It's a Napoleon.
Yeah, not to be confused with Neapolitan that I called it one time.
That's ice cream.
That's ice cream. It's Napoleon, and it's a little hot right now. I was cold earlier. So anyway, that was our Bramble escapade today. So it's just so much easier. I felt this way when we got rid of our goats, and I did love Ferris and Snapper. For goats, I loved them, but oh my gosh, they are a handful. They are Houdinis. Ferris was constantly had her head stuck in some fence, her horns.
Stuck in something.
Yeah. Cattle panels and fences and
hay feeders. And...
Yep. She was in our buggy. You know, you'd go out there and you'd stop and you'd do something, and then you'd look up and she's standing in the seats in your little side-by-side buggy, and she was a mess. But that's a goat for you.
Yep.
And so when we got them. I found a Kiko farm, another farm about an hour away, and that had just a herd of several dozen Kikos, and so they were great. We sent them there, and it was just like, oh, it was just so much peace. But they were also bullies. They were bullies to the sheep, and so my sheep don't have horns, but the Kikos, the goats, did have horns. And so they were mismatched, and it was peaceful when they were gone. And so now I feel the same relief now that Bramble is at a really good farm. And so now I've just got my girls. We're going to have some little lambs hit the ground. And we didn't say, but Blee we did see her get bred. And so she will be lambing. I think it's the first or mid-March. So
okay.
She's about, she's about 2 months. I think she's about 8 weeks behind. So maybe 2 full months behind. Bet, or yeah, Bet, Bleed, either one.
Whatever.
One of them.
But then we also did something last week or week before.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see what you're going to say.
What we purchased.
Oh, yes. And we've also said that on our last live. We were like, we are looking for a camper.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
We said we were looking for a camper because we had sold ours. We've always had one. And the meetups would be so fun to just go ahead and have a camper and not have to, get an Airbnb or, drive back and forth from a hotel or something like that.
well, we did.
So we found one.
And I've been working on it.
Yeah.
So at the meetups, we'll be on site the whole time.
I know. We're so excited. We're so excited for all of you guys that come to the meetups and y'all are in your campers and everything. Let's see. Out in space, you're ready for some random chit chat. You found the place. And it's random.
And Wanda, I have no idea what size this stove is.
It's rated for, I don't know, 1,500 square feet. I don't know.
It's plus. It's gotta be plus.
Yeah, our first stove we had, which was not in this house, it was in our previous house. It was a very small stove, and it would burn us out. It did really good. And this stove is quite a bit bigger, but I'm not sure how they actually rate them.
Yeah.
Size wise. I know they used to.
I don't know.
What I used to see is they would rate them by like square footage that they would heat.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
During the
You might.
polar vortex several years ago,
Mhm.
we kept this thing cranked up and it heated the whole house, and
Yeah, because
the heater never even came on.
Yeah, we've had lots of winters. We do so much. This is our main heat source, I guess you would say, or it's not really our main heat source because our heater is set at it's set at a low where if it gets cold in here, it'll kick on. Wanda says she's looking for a good wood stove, trying to get some recommendations. The Napoleon is good. It's an older model, I think, and yeah, Napoleon's that's what this one is. Now I know the newer ones are you might remember the combustible. What are those called?
Catalytic.
Catalytic, yeah. And if you're looking, then you're probably familiar with all of that. This one is not a catalytic. It's just old school.
Yeah.
Right.
Gosh, this thing is how old?
I don't know.
But
I think we changed out the fire bricks back. I mean, I try to look at that every couple of years, every year. And a few years ago, I came in and
this thing's
ordered some.
Probably close to 20 years old.
Maybe because it's not. I know most of them are catalytic now.
Yeah.
And ours is not. Oh, we're me streaming. But it's worked really good. We like it. I would love to have one of those pretty porcelain ones, and soapstone and all of that, but that's not what we have. And I'm not going to worry about changing it out. What are we saying? If you want to cut your wood until it gets cold, your wood gets you warm twice. Yes.
That's why we don't cut in the summertime.
Yep. It would be smart if we would, but we just can't bring ourselves to do it. He has a hard time working in the summer anyway. It's not the heat, it's the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes eat him alive, and he whelps up really bad. And I just have a hard time with the heat. So both of us are just like, okay, we'll wait till fall. We'll wait till fall. And so now it's like every weekend we're, working on firewood, and
I didn't have to work on firewood today.
not today,
Worked on the trailer and.
but we
got rid
did
of
for the
bramble.
last 3 weeks.
Yes.
And but we have so much firewood down, or trees down between our property and our son's property, and trees he's taking down and trees we've taken down, I guess. And none of it's going to be seasoned until next year, but we've got to get it all cut and preferably split, I guess.
That's
So
what I
it
wanna
will
do.
season good and quick. Because we've had a large cottonwood. Those are cottonwoods out there, right? The big ones. And they've been down for 3 years, and they're still not. Well, they're in. Are they 3 foot around? Out here in front, in the field. The cottonwoods that came over from the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
they're
yeah.
3 foot. They're 2
Yeah.
and 3 foot
yeah, I haven't even messed with
diameter.
those. Haven't wanted to mess with
I know.
cottonwood's just not good burning wood.
No, but we were struggling to find some because what we thought would be seasoned this year was not seasoned. And so, anyway, let's see, Wanda says they go through about 8 cords a winter. Where are you at, Wanda?
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Joy. Where are you at? Let's see. You must be way up north. Maybe in Canada.
But there are 8 cords.
That's a
Goodness.
lot. So, yes. So you are, you're using firewood for your main heat source too, probably. But we really can't say that but we just run our stove pretty much, when it's cold. Now, I will say the last few weeks, we've not had to run it a whole lot because it's just too warm here in Oklahoma.
70s and 80 degrees.
Yep. Canada.
Tomorrow it's
Yep.
going to be 70. I think it's going to be 70 something degrees.
I think it was cooler today and it was overcast. So I think we were pushing 60. It felt colder than that with the northern,
50
maybe
something.
50s. Yeah.
But there was a good wind with it. So
Yeah. And it was a north wind. We had that Canada wind today. Well, I don't know how Canadian it was, but it was chilly. And, but let's see. Did we miss? Is Duncan in here? Oh, they sure are. There's Greg.
oh, Greg said hi to Joy, but he didn't say hi to
Uh-oh.
us.
We missed it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with it. We might have missed a few. So let's see. That was that. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can hear, but and
We
I know
can.
Robbie was talking about this earlier. I'll go get one and show them.
Oh yeah.
We've got a few little things in the background making noise.
We have 24 little things in the background.
Yeah. I want to catch it on picture if you can hear they are babies.
Let us know if you can hear the
I
goodness.
know. I'm sure you can hear that. Oh my golly, they're wild. I know, girl.
Robbie heard the noise.
Robbie has ears tuned to it. Okay. Look at this. Look
Back
at
up
this.
Just a little bit. There you go.
Can you see her little wings?
They're frizzles,
They're frizzles. But look at this face. Let's
but
see.
not all 24 of them are frizzles.
No, I've only got 4. Easy. Let me see. Up. Can you see her face? She's adorable. Yes, this is a little female too. She's got the long little tail. There you go. So, what did I do? I hatched out chicks in December.
Yeah, she put 24 or 25 in the incubator.
25.
She put 25 in the incubator and we got 24 chicks.
There. So, oh, let me wash my hands. So they are, let's see. They're a week and a half old. I
Yeah,
don't know if they can hear me.
week and a half old. They came, all of these came from our neighbor,
Yes.
which we gave our neighbor.
We gave her
Prison
both
roo-
of our she has 3 roosters. She's got about, I don't know if she's got 30 hens, something like that. And all three of her roosters have come from us, and 2 of them were frizzled. And so, we've had this whole nightmare of chickens, and they quit laying, and they all molted at the same time. We got them in the new coop. Nobody liked the new coop. Nobody would lay. So I couldn't incubate our own eggs because nobody was laying eggs for 2 months. And so I got some eggs from her, and I got some hatching eggs, and plus it gave me some different breeds. And I'm not 100% sure on the breeds. I still have to get back with her. I know she had a Polish, and I haven't really seen one that looks Polish yet. I don't know what they look like at a week old. But 4 of them, 4 for sure, are frizzled. And so it looks like two roos, 2 pullets, and I'll keep those. And so we'll see. But that's what's chirping in the background. And so Robbie was talking tonight about incubating some. And you were talking, Robbie, about your incubator. You got a new incubator, or you were getting a new incubator, and it holds 18. I use the Cozy Chick, and that's our second incubator, and that one holds 25. And I like it, but I've had problems with the last few eggs, like drying out, and I don't know if it's the incubator or what. So we'll have to see. I had to actually help 3 of them. I had to help the last 3 hatch, and the little membrane on them dries, and so it kind of shrink wraps them in there. So I just kind of help get them out and get that membrane back moist and wet. And they were able, I had to do it a couple of times on 2 of them, and they were able to go ahead and finish, the hatching, on their own. I didn't want to just totally undo the whole, egg for them, the shell, because I want them to fight and be strong enough. And it worked. Let's see. I knew I was hearing some chicks. I am familiar with that sound for sure. I know. I figured you guys would just be hearing them. It'd just be very obvious in the background. So they are getting ready, though, to get moved out. I've got the coop. We made our coop with a center aisle, kind of a center section, and I can put chicks or a sick bird or anything like that in there. Well, preferably not a sick bird, but what's Robbie saying? I bought a bob male this year, and it's done a great job. Bob male, that's an incubator? Because I've not heard of that one. I haven't heard of that one. The Chick Cozy is the second. I liked the Chick Cozy because it's got the side walls that come up on it. But there's something that I'm not sure if it has to do with the incubator itself that's allowing the chicks that pip. They get their little hole. They get their little pip good, but they're having trouble zipping. And the longer it takes them, and everything I was reading says let them go ahead and try for 24 hours. Well, that membrane in there got dry, and it was just shrinking around them. So they just couldn't make any progress. And a bob male this year, and it's done a great job. Okay, I'll have to look at that one. I got it from Amazon because Lori from LG used it and it holds 18 eggs. Okay. There, I haven't seen her hatch any, but I haven't been over there in a little while on hers. So anyway, so the chicks are hollering in the background, and I'm ready for them to go to the coop.
Yeah.
But like last night here, it was, I think it was 25 is what our thermometer showed here, and we are in a little bit of a valley. So I just want them to have a little bit more feathers. You know, they've got their wings, that their wing feathers are all coming in, but boy, they don't have feathers at, you know, a week and a half old. So I'm gonna probably end up, I've got 2 heat plates I'm gonna put out there, and maybe even a heat lamp. So I just don't want them to get too cold, but I can't live with them in here too long. Let's see.
Because occasionally they go nuts in the middle of the night.
They do. Yeah, they have been really good about going to sleep. Once I get all the lights turned off, they're real good about going to sleep. And but for whatever reason, every once in a while, one will start chirping. That one right there.
Greg's asking you a question.
How did I moisturize it? Well, actually, I just had warm water running on a trickle, and I had the egg. I put the egg in a rag. I just had an old, like a shop rag or something, and just to try to keep it warm. And I was using warm water. And so I started just picking off to make that little pip hole. I was pulling off some of the shell and making it kind of like it would be zipping. I would go to one side, you know, and maybe the other, depending on how the little head was stuck in there and how well it could move. And then I just used my finger with just running it under that warm tap water. And I was just rolling that membrane back off of the head. And I was just able to, you know, let it get along the edge of that shell, so it would kind of just run down in there and get that membrane wet. And I had to do that 3 times, I think, on the first little chick that I was helping. And that was the one that had the hardest time, because she had pipped a good sized little hole for over 24 hours. And, you know, so I figured at 24 hours, she's probably not going to be able to get out. And she's lived. Now, I will say, the first few days I could see her, and it didn't look like she was growing. It didn't even look like her little fuzz, you know, her fur was, you know, puffing out, because once they get dry, they become a little puff ball. And she didn't ever become a little puff ball, almost like she still had some membrane on her. And so I actually put her at the very last time, I actually took a paper towel, warm paper towel, and I just kind of scrubbed her when she was out already and hadn't dried over hours. And so I put her in. I had to put her in with everybody else, because I had left her in the incubator for 2 days. And but when I was pulling the last 2 chicks out, and there were 3 of them that just had a hard time coming out of those shells. And so when they were ready to go over, it's like, okay, sink or swim. You gotta, you know, it'd be better for her to be under that heat plate with all of her other little chicks, her sisters. And now I can't find her. So she either grew really fast and she either grew really fast and feathered out, or, you know, puffed up. That, you know, brushing her off with that helped. Or I haven't counted them, so I'm hoping there's still 24, or she's not, and they took care of her. I don't know. I don't think that happened. I think she just did good, and she feathered, she fluffed out, you know. And I'll know when I get them all out to move them.
Because you got a heat plate in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a heat plate in the little brooder that they're in here in the house. And so, do you use a heat plate? Yep. I started using a couple, me too. And it works great to keep them warm. Yeah. I actually have 2 heat plates, and when I move them out there, because there's 24 of them, I thought I was going to maybe sell some of them, but now my son may be wanting some, so we'll have to see. We also have to figure out how many are going to be roos. But I figure they're going to need the 2 heat plates, and I'm just trying to make sure that it's going to be warm enough out there for them, because they won't be fully feathered for several weeks, I think. I don't know if it's 2 weeks or 4 weeks.
She hadn't talked me into a split unit yet for out there yet.
No, we're not going to do that. They're fine out there. They're fine out there. Well, anyway, we'll just leave it at that. The building is insulated, and they're doing good. They'll be fine. It's the chicks. Now, I did not think I was going to. It's not normal for me to do chicks in December, to hatch chicks. But when I wasn't getting any, and then I had that respiratory virus go through my flock, and I told y'all all about that, and lost a couple of birds, and just for months I wasn't getting any eggs, to the point where we had to buy some. Well, I still didn't have to buy them. I have a great neighbor. She gave me some. But I started thinking, okay, if I hatch some out now, then come, May, June next year, I should have more chicks. I'll have more egg layers. And so, not knowing if my chickens were going to get back in the swing of it, but they did, thankfully. And so now I still have 24 chicks. And I haven't decided how many we're keeping, and I may pass on some of the grown hens to our son, and let the little chicks come in, and just, it's good to have a constant turnover with your.
We'll have plenty in case Jack wants to do more demonstrations.
We do, but I love my frizzles, and so. It was just so cool that my neighbor she's got one of our beautiful Americana Olive Eggers. I'm not 100% sure if he's Olive Egger or just Americana. And then she's got our frizzle roosters. And so she hasn't hatched any out yet, I don't think. But and then we've got Mr. Frizz, who is Cosmo's little offspring. He's our main frizzle rooster. And then I've got 3 frizzle hens. But these are just not related. These are from next door. So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Our neighbor's got a Jack. We get to hear it braying all the time.
Oh yeah, Maggie is her name, and that's good. And the heat plate will be warm for winter. Yep. Hello, Janae. Yes, that's. I'm just going to try to be cautious about when I put them out there and what the weather's doing. But the weather is still pretty mild here. I think it's the end of January that they're saying we could get some really cold stuff, and so. They should be feathered out by then, and plus I was thinking I can put I can wire on a heat lamp out there. I really don't like using heat lamps anymore. I don't know that I would need it, but they'll be fine. I'll just be ready for them to get out of the house, but I'm just trying to be cautious. So, oh yeah, and since we're on the topic of chickens today. So we got rid of Bramble. He went to a new home. I was opening up his little paddock. We had him separated off, and I was opening it up, and I knew that I had a chicken that keeps getting out I don't know where she's getting out at, but she keeps getting out. And every day I put her back in. And so I knew I had seen her go into Bramble's little shelter. And so I thought, okay, we've got some eggs in there. Let's go get them, And now that I can get in there, because I was not climbing the fence to go in, because we had the fences and cattle panels and corral panels. We had everything so wired tight because he kept breaking everything, breaking wire, breaking boards and screws, and just it's amazing what a ram can get through.
That little guy was bending corral panels.
Yes, there is the next to bottom brace I was telling you tonight on the corral panel, which is round tubing. It's a 12-foot gate or corral panel. And the bottom, instead of being straight across on the bottom, it looked like an S, like a snake, actually, because he had hit it so hard, and one edge I think was hitting up against a post of the carport area that it's attached to, or RV carport. And so it just bent that whole thing, that metal tubing that those farm gates are made out of. Anyway, I knew that the chicken had been in there and we would have eggs. So I looked in there this evening to get the eggs that should have been in there. And she's in there. She's in there broody, sitting on eggs. So
We'll have more chicks.
I left her. And I told Monty, I said, I don't know. Should I leave her and just let her hatch them out?
Sure.
I don't even know. And I don't even like that girl. I don't like that type of chicken. She looks like a game chicken. So anyway, I know we're boring people with chicken talk. So those of you who are not chicken people, I'm sorry. But that's what it's like around here. Probably around most homestead farms, she's a tough chicken. She is, and she's tiny. She's like a game bird. I mean, I don't think she's a game bird, but she's flighty. She just freaks out if, she's one of those breeds, kind of like Leghorns or Olive Eggers. You get too close to them and they go crazy. And so I don't tend to like those breeds. They're just, they're no fun. They're just flighty and also they're Houdinis. They can just get out of anything. And so, yep, we may have more chicks, but she'll be taking care of them. I didn't even bother messing with her. And I don't know how many she might be laying on. She's the only hen out. And I keep putting, for the last 2 weeks, when I would see her out, I'd throw Scratch, she would follow me in, and I'd put her back in with everybody. Because at least she was kind of trained to follow me with Scratch. And so our rooster, which is our frizzled rooster, he's the rooster that's in there. So we'll see. We'll see if she has any. I guess if we're going to leave them, we're playing it by ear. I haven't even thought forward on that, but she's going to raise them, not me. Not me.
But that other pen you've got,
she's a super chicken.
A massive rooster.
Well, that's Big Boy. He is a
like
large fowl Cochin, full-blood Cochin. He's near 2 foot tall.
He's the size of a turkey.
18 inches wide.
Yeah,
from side
he's
to
the size
side.
of a turkey.
He's huge. I really did not want to leave him in with those frizzle
There's a girl in
girls.
there that's the same size.
Well, she's his Cochin. She's a large. She's a barred rock. Or she's not a rock. She's a barred Cochin. And she's large fowl Cochin. I didn't know what I was doing when I ordered them. I thought they were large fowl in the sense of they're not Bantams, because usually they're Bantams, or what everything I was seeing was all Bantams. And I was like, oh, large just means I'm not a Bantam. No, that's not what large fowl means.
If you start getting some massive eggs out of that coop, you need to incubate
No,
those.
she's already laying. She's already laying.
She's laying big eggs.
They're just kind of normal. They're normal size. Just
you
nothing. No, I just know there's 5 hens in there that are laying, and some days I get 5 eggs. It's just a large brown egg. It's just,
Take the biggest.
I'm guessing it is, but she's a big girl.
Incubate them.
So, well, that's why they're over there. My cochins are over there, and then I was supposed to have another large fowl cochin, and she's more of a standard size. She's just a normal chicken size. Hello, Beth. How are you?
But those other ones are massive.
I know, and cochins are so sweet. They're just laid back. They're kind of like, they're like the rocks and the Orpingtons, and we just love those. So.
Are those sapphires? Is that what you got?
No, I have mosaics, and
Mosaic.
those are the best chickens ever.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, if you ever get a chance to get mosaics, they are great. They're so sweet. They're just chill. They're just so, they'll come and sit, they'll just stand on your feet and they'll be in your way. Monty did just have ice cream, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah.
It is keto ice cream.
He did. We
I
do
even-
have some keto ice cream.
I even showed the
The
wrapper.
package. I'm having hot tea because I was cold. I mean, until we got started, I was cold. I was just like, okay, I'm going to have some hot tea. And so anyway, what else? I think we've talked about just almost everything in what's been going on, at least what's been going on with our animals. And yeah. Are they full-size chicken? Are they a full-size chicken? Which one, Robbie? Oh, the mosaics? Yeah. Yeah, they're going to just be a normal full size. I don't
That's
get
the one-
any.
That's the one that she got at Rendezvous.
Yep. When we were at Rendezvous, I just had a weak moment. And that lady over there who had all of she had the big, super tall, 3-foot
Oh, yeah.
chickens. You might remember, Robbie.
The Jurassic chickens.
Yeah, they were, or were they from, are they like South American or something? They're the tallest chicken in the world. And I mean, they're just legs. They're just all legs. But she had a picture of like a trash can, just an outdoor trash can, and
they were
fed
eating
with,
out of it.
it was full of feed, and they can just literally eat out of it.
Yeah.
I think they were like $75 each for those chicks. I think, or at least some of them. And I was just like, no way. Oh, no. I would never want a chicken that was 3 foot tall. No.
That scare the grandkids to death.
I don't get the smaller chickens. We've had some coaching on it a long time. So, I don't get the Bantams either. I mean, I wouldn't mind moving to smaller breed birds. I can have more if I have smaller chickens. But I don't have, my roosters are always, have been on the bigger side. What breast chicken is the tallest chicken in the world?
I think it's bred.
Yeah.
What
What
breed
breed of chicken is the tallest chicken in the world? Well, I know we saw it at Rendezvous, at Oklahoma Rendezvous in September.
Whatever that
Yeah. And I don't
breed
know.
was,
I don't
they were
remember.
crazy.
Yeah, it should come up. And I think it was like a South American breed. So if anybody Googles that and it comes up, I would know it if I heard it, I think, because I was getting it confused with the mosaics that I got and I brought home. And so, yes, Robbie. But yeah, that's the little one. I really think that chirp is the little one who that I had to help because she always
she's saying
chirped.
thank you.
She's the little chick is saying thank you for getting her out of her, her squeezed shell. Yeah.
But it was the same place. She bought the mosaics And then Jack traded.
Yes. A rooster. He traded a couple of his chickens.
Yeah, that were
'Cause
going
he-
to the
he wanted-
processing. He traded a couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he wanted. I think he wanted to get a different breed, and
Yeah,
I
if
think
he was
hers.
on here, he'd probably remember who it is. But
Yeah, she had a pen of roosters because I got one, and he didn't survive the respiratory illness in our flock. Although, I mean, he could have brought it in. I don't think he did because I think Cosmo had it to start with. But either way, that poor guy, that blue splash copper Marin, he was gorgeous. But he was one of the roosters out of her roof flock. Jersey Giants are the biggest breed. Those are not. It's not that. It is a different. A Jersey Giant is not 3 feet tall. Hope looked it up. It's called an Araucana. Nope, that's not it. It's a single. I don't even have my phone over here. Let me grab my phone. But either way,
yeah, they were crazy big. I mean, a chicken that can eat out of a 55-gallon bucket. That's crazy.
yeah, I don't know that I can find it, but I might look.
Araucana is a South American chicken.
Yeah, that's an Araucana, and we've got the Americana. You know, but it's not a 3 foot tall chicken. Araucana is here in the United States, and it's a breed, and it's very much similar to our Americana. Our Americanas have been more Americanized. They're not quite as aggressive or cantankerous as the Araucanas can be. Araucanas are not good for families and kids. Let's see. But largest. I'll know it when. Well, I agree with you. Google is saying the Jersey Giant is the largest, but that is not what we're looking for. It's not the heaviest breed, it's the tallest. So let's go with the tallest. Let's see. Does anyone want to start throwing questions? Oh, the Indio. The tallest chicken breed is the Indio Gigante. Gigante? Yeah. Which can grow over 3 feet tall. Other tall breeds include the Malay, but this is the Indigo. Indio. Indio. Yeah. I'd love to see a picture if this will give us a picture. So that's it. So anyway, the lady had all this. That was all to just say this lady had these chickens at the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous in McAllister this past September. And if she's got her booth next year, because she had rabbits, she had chickens. What all did she have? Just different chicks. She had pairs. She had mating pairs and things like that. That was in your head, Robbie. That's why you said El Gigante. Am I saying that right? Gigante. I don't know. But Indio. Look that one up, Robbie.
You got to say it with a Mexican flair.
I can't. I can't even say the word, much less have a flair on it. Oh my goodness.
In English, that means big giant.
Tall. Who wants a 3 foot chicken? Oh my gosh, no. Who can house a 3 foot chicken? What kind of coop would you keep them in? How do you?
I don't know.
There is no doors. There's no automatic doors.
They couldn't get through our electric doors.
Oh yeah, she is talking like she's going to be back. Okay. Probably, I think she did pretty good. Yeah, I bet Jack may know the breed. Same of the tallest South American chicken. Yeah, I knew the word largest was not right because they were thinking weight, weight and all that, or just size and girth. But it's like no, if this there was no body mass to that chicken, or to the pictures that we saw of the adults. They almost look like the rubber chickens. Those rubber chickens. That's what they looked like. Only their legs went all the way to the ground. They were just ugly. Gigante.
Gigante.
Gigante. They
In
were.
English, it
They
means
were.
giant.
Oh, almost like a llama. Oh, well, anyway, she had just different breeds, and I had never seen the mosaics. And she had I think an adult pair. I think she had two roosters and two yeah.
And you bought both of them.
No, she had adults, but they were already sold. And then she had the 4 little chicks that were a month old. And I was looking at the adult chickens, and it's like, okay, I don't typically like white white chickens, because they get picked off by the hawks and everything where we live out here. They stand out, and it's like white birds don't fare so well when there's overhead predators.
Yeah, we have hawks and
Owls. Yeah, foxes and all that. But so anyway, I just went ahead and got all 4 of those little chicks. And it's good that I did, because what she was thinking, she thought the white ones were females and the black ones were the males. And I kept asking her, okay, your gut feeling, which one? I don't want to buy the wrong ones. I didn't want roosters. But anyway, I just decided to go ahead and get all 4 of them. And it was a good thing, because 2 were white and 2 were black. And that's what I love about them. Robbie, that's a good thing.
That's when the 10K coop was coming out. So you knew you had a place.
I knew I had room, and we were building the new coop. But it was actually opposite of what she was thinking. So if I had bought 2 of them thinking they were females, they would have been males. They would have been the roosters. And so I'm so thankful I got all 4. But I guess that it's just that type of sexing, natural sexing, where the pullets are black when they hatch, and the roos are white. So perfect. You can separate them, and what's roosters, and that way you don't have to wait 6 weeks until they start crowing to figure out what you've got. So anyway, Robbie is saying
you put out a video.
Chickens on video. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look for that one. Was that done right after the rendezvous? Because I remember you did. There was a lot of different, our different friends and stuff, it seemed like, who were doing some they were doing recaps, and doing the live streams on there. I don't think we did a live stream this year on there. We did. Mm-hmm. We covered it the first year. But yeah, I'll go back.
But then the other thing we didn't mention in the 3 weeks that we've been off, she's put up with me for 40 years.
Yep. We had an anniversary, and we had our 40th anniversary. 40 years, guys.
She has put up with me for that long.
It's wild. We have the same anniversary date and years as Donald and Lisa with Money Pit Homestead.
They they got married a few hours earlier than we did.
Yeah, I think they were a few hours earlier in the day than we were probably.
They were in the afternoon and we were in the evening.
So 40 years ago. So that has transpired in since we have seen y'all last time. Since last time.
Mhm.
So it's been a busy season. And now January gets here and it's almost like you're just ready. It's like, okay, January, we're just gonna hunker down. It's gonna be cold, but it's like, you know,
You
it's
hunker down. I'm gonna be busy.
we are gonna be busy. Yeah, we
Yeesh.
bought a camper. So well, we've got with everything else that's going on. Gosh.
I'm talking about work.
I know you're talking about work. But yes, Janae, we have the same anniversary and the same year as Donald and Lisa on Money Pit Homestead. So we've been married 40 years. How that's possible, I don't even know. It goes so fast. But
40 years and 2 great boys.
mhm. And now we've got 2 great daughter-in-laws, and we've got 4 grandbabies, and more babies coming. So
It's all good.
it's good, yeah. So we are blessed, and we know we are. So it's wonderful. And look at the time; our hour is gone. I didn't even know if we'd have enough to talk about for an hour. I didn't know if anybody would be here either. Thank you guys for showing up because we've been off I think we've only been off 2 weeks. And it was around the first half of December when we saw you guys last, other than seeing y'all in chat, on other live streams. And I've been trying to jump on.
Well, it's been too warm to have a fireside chat.
That's true. Oh my goodness. The last 3 weeks here have been on and off for the
Been
most
wearing
part.
shorts.
I think we've had 2 or 3 cold days, and then we were in the mid 80s for a good week and a half stretch over the holidays.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma was just baking.
Yeah, we've got,
Well, fruit trees are trying to come out.
and grass is trying to grow
The bees were bringing in pollen
from the
from something.
cedars.
Cedars. That's probably true. And yeah, we've got little clovers and everything trying to grow. It's crazy. Our insect load and mosquito load is going to be so bad if we don't.
Yeah, this
Get
evening
some-
it was cold, but I think I got a mosquito bite on the back of my hand.
Oh my gosh. We need winter just to kill down some of the, take down the insect load, the little predators. Yes, and everybody, I hope everybody had wonderful holidays and New Year's and all of that. But so I think though, unless anybody's got anything to chime in, I think we probably ought to jump off of here and let everybody get ready for this lovely work week that's ahead of us.
Yeah. Back to work week.
Back to work. Yeah, everybody, if anybody was off for different parts of the holidays, and you got to go back now for a full week.
Yeah. Well, our company, they pretty much locked down everything through the holidays, so you can't do anything. But
You're going to be
get
hitting it
busy.
hard this week.
yeah,
So, well, you guys, we have enjoyed getting back and visiting with y'all and just kind of catching up with what's been going on. I always expect if we get snow, it'll be in February or March. Yeah. And we've had some of our worst weather, ice storms and all that in February and in March. In March, it seems like March is trying to get warm again, but we always get some bad snow or ice or something occasionally. And Annie, to all the December, happy birthday and anniversary to all the December celebrations. Yes. And
my birthday's in December also.
we've had birthdays, and that's another thing in the last few weeks. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, funerals. It's surgeries, family members surgery. It's been busy, and that's why I say it's going to be nice to have nothing's on the calendar for January for the most part, and nobody's having surgeries, and pray no funerals or anything like that, but we're just ready to hunker down, stay warm by the fire, and we'll get a little bit done here and there. So, but you guys, we're going to let y'all go. We'll stop rattling and rambling. Yeah. But we'll see you through comments and chat through the week on different live streams and that good stuff. And then next week we should be back here. So, and I do know one thing. We talked about it real quick. Jack is not going to be on at 7:00, but Monty and I, the work schedule really, I don't know that we can do 7:00. Because if we change our time frame, then we need it to be across the board at 7:00. And for the majority of the year, 7:00 is not going to work for us.
Yeah, somebody just needs to step in and take the 7 p.m.
Yeah, somebody can just jump on and have that 7:00. Doesn't mean we couldn't come on early at like 7:30 or something and go till 8:30. We could do little change ups like that. I don't know how that affects, some of our friends out there, you guys, that how easy that is for y'all to jump on or not. But
we noticed that neither Ryan nor Keith are on tonight. So
yeah, and it's just right now it's kind of hard, I'm sure. But so we will not be we won't be taking Jack's 7:00 because I don't think that's going to work out for us in the long run. Even though Sunday nights, even at 8:00, that's the best we can do, I think. So
we're scrambling.
Yeah. So we'll shoot for it. Seeing you guys next week, and thank you all for coming tonight and hanging out with us. We appreciate it, and blessings to y'all. Take care. Bye. And then I got to figure out how